Hey guys, it's Billy here, and thank you for watching this video about how I'm navigating reality. In today's video, I wanted to talk about how Earth is like a school for developing multi-dimensional experiences in a body that's limited, but because we are spirit and energy that's unlimited, we create this tension and this imbalance that creates polarity inside of us. I really love studying energy because it helps me to understand basically the unseen forces in us and these subtle forces that we interact with in creating our reality. And also, it's just cool information. Once you start learning about energy, you feel more like a wizard or a witch, and you have access to more subtle forms of thought and power that you never had before. And it only helps you and empowers my consciousness when I study about energy or anything about how thought and we create our reality. So I wanted to talk about this idea of Earth being a multi-dimensional, or a school to learn about multi-dimensional experiences. And these multi-dimensional experiences are from our attainment of energy, or learning more about the subtle, becoming aware of the subtle forces of energy that exist within us and how to access them by just becoming aware of them. And since we live in a three-dimensional world, in order to have a fourth dimensional experience in reality, we need to expand our inner dimensions in order to access that reality. So to access a fourth dimensional reality, I feel like you have to really practice and enhance your imagination, your inner architecture as much as possible, because then you enter a new dimension of unlimited possibility and potential. Because if your consciousness, which is this fifth dimensional experience, just pure super consciousness, then the fourth dimensional bridge, you could say, to the third and the fifth is this imagination that is also just as unlimited as what you believe and perceive. So whatever that you want to experience in your life, if you can conceive it in the mind, in your imagination, then it's possible to experience in physical reality, because you have to conceive it in order to believe it, and then that belief turns into a construct in 3D reality. So think of your mind as a tool, a very powerful tool in creating your reality, but you have to be aware of what you're filling it with, because sometimes these negative thinking, or just basically anyone telling you what to think, is a limitation on your potential of your reality. So because then that turns into a habit of thought, which then over time becomes a belief. So the more that you're aware of what you're receiving, and I like to call it curating in your mind, because if you're aware of whatever you're curating, then you can only allow the things that you want, or create the things that you want. Treat your mind as an art gallery, and just become aware of what you're filling it with. Is it filled with art, or is it filled with, stuff and junk that you don't necessarily need? So yeah, I think that's a really cool way to think about how you can create reality, because then you have that you live in a body that's very limited, and it always wants to be fed and in a comfort because it feels safe and protected. But you have to also connect it to a new way of thinking and believing in itself, so it can conquer this limited idea of just survival mode, and that you can create a reality where you're more comfortable in the uncomfort, because then you're always creating and you're always experiencing something new, because it's coming from within you rather than outside of you, which is, I like to call it just fake news. Almost like everything that's coming at you, treat it as like it's fake news, because you don't know if you want that to become a part of your reality. And because most of the things coming outside of us is very limited and telling us how to think and feel, rather than knowledge and energy that feels empowered and progressive. So that's why I love making these videos, and I love making the work that I do in 58, because it's content that I just feel like there's a potential with content that you can make that can empower others rather than disempower them or make them more unconscious. And so my videos take a while to absorb because it's filled with knowledge that makes you conscious and that stirs your mind to think for itself and to create awareness around what reality you want to experience, rather than seeing your environment and just assuming it's just going to be how it is. But it can change as fast as you can change, and it can change as soon as you decide to change. And that's the power that you have inside of you. And the more that you can remind yourself and read content or look at, read a book with knowledge about how to create your reality that excites you and gets your energy lifted, then that's the whole training and process of growing and ascending your consciousness, so then you can express your energy without any doubt and limitation that's in your way. And to develop this more higher dimensional way of living or learning about multi-dimensional levels of experience, you have to practice this. You can't just have someone tell you what to do and then still live unconscious the rest of your life. You have to develop practices that work for you. Stuff that might work for me might work for you for a little bit, but then you have to customize it for yourself, or learn how to customize it so then it fuels your energy and you can create energy on your own anytime that you need to, rather than having someone outside of you tell you what to do. And not that that's wrong or bad, but that's just the progress that you get to make. Sometimes you need some help. I always think of it like a sport and a team. Sometimes you just need a little push, or even if it's a part of you that pushes you in a way that you don't like, that's also beneficial too. So there's always help whenever you need it, and you just have to believe in yourself enough to either receive it or to look for it. And always feel free to watch my content and let me know what you think, and if any of it sparks anything inside of you, and how you can basically experience this knowledge and these teachings just by becoming aware of it. Putting your attention on what is possible rather than what you've already seen. And that's the fun part about this. That's the exciting part, is that anything is possible when you put your entire energy, and then you're able to express it freely with your consciousness in this physical dimension. Then you become so excited about life. And I always talk about, you feel like you're retired all the time, and then whenever you need something, you just focus with your entire being, become one, and enter the place of balance between your polarity. And that's what I call alpha. Is this like, there's this balance at two ends of the spectrum, this animal soul and your spirit and your divine energy, and it has to find this fulcrum, which is in the middle. And I like to call that alpha, because then in any moment you can balance this like a seesaw. And whenever you feel that you're feeling more animal or more instinctual, then you can just realize and match this balance with attaining alpha and knowing how to become more balanced in every moment. So then your manifestations become more pure, and they manifest quicker, and you receive them almost instantly. Sometimes I feel like I'm so surprised at my manifestations. I've been practicing it this whole year because I've had so much time, like everyone else, to practice. And in my next video, I'll talk about little tips about how to receive and achieve alpha, and you can kind of customize it to make it work for you as well. So thank you for watching, and please subscribe to 58 on YouTube and join my membership on 58magazine.com for knowledge to empower your life. And thank you again for watching this video, and have a great day.